YouTube? Back here in the shop again, working on the 83 LS swap truck. Got my rear lift on. I think I shot that in the last video, but we're working on the front lift today and axle swap. I got my Dana 44 456 gear front end, all new wheel bearings, rotors, raised pitman arm, new front tie rod section, and all painted up, and new bushings, or not bushings, new gaskets, new U-joints and axles. And this bad boy is about ready to go up underneath this truck. And yeah, she'll finally be the lifted truck that it deserved to be. And yeah, these 456 gears are gonna be ridiculous. I just know that from driving around with the rear end in. But yeah, I gotta get bolts for my hubs. I just put the bags on there so the debris don't get in there, because I don't know if this is going to set out tonight. It probably won't. Got the forklift, thank God, because I wouldn't be able to pick that heavy bastard up off the table over there by myself and end up rolling it underneath the truck. I don't like doing this stuff like by myself, but I've got used to doing it by myself, so I try to make it as safe as possible. I got a heavy duty jack stands under there. Big, what are they, like 10-ton jack stands, and then I have the front forks of the forklift still up underneath there. They're not actually holding, but if it were to fall, it would land on the forks, and it is in park, so it shouldn't roll. But yeah, it's going to be a little lower than that in the front, but that's about as tall as the old girl's going to be, so I'm kind of happy about that. I do hope she does get a little shorter, because she's going to be a hell of a jump in, but yep, I'm already liking the look of it once I get some wide tires. And the sad thing is, them are 33s. It'll get taller with 35, so. But yeah, it'll be pretty cool. It'll be nice. I'll enjoy it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'll cut you guys on in a second when I get this front end a little more removed. What I'm going to do for right now, I'm ended up going through and redoing all the brake lines, master cylinder, proportioning valve, and I do have a rear conversion, or no, a disc brake conversion for the rear, so that's all got to be changed. I'm doing new copper line in that box over there, but for right now, I have to keep it mobile so I can get it in and out of the shop and work on it. These are the same style of calipers, I believe. They should be as the 3/4 ton. They will fit the 3/4 ton bracket. This has the flimsy front plates that I hate. I got the nice heavy backing plates on that axle. But yeah, this is the actually the wheel bearings need to be tightened, or junk, probably junk. But yeah, these have a lot of miles on them, I'm pretty sure, and I have no clue if there's fluid in either one of these differentials. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm hoping this line will be long enough for the lift. I'm hoping, just for right now. I'm not gonna drive it like this long at all. I may take it like a loop around the parking lot to let everything kind of set in. But other than that, I'm just going to put these on just so I can get it on the. I'll probably even keep my old pads. I hate doing that to new rotors, but you know, it'll break in the new pads just fine. I ain't going to use them for very long. So I'm going to go ahead and plop them on there and just bolt them down. And like I said, just use them so I can pull it out and park it and stop it for right now. Because right now I've got a pair of vice grips on the rear brake line. So yeah, there really ain't nothing for rear brakes on it, but I don't think there's much for rear brakes on the truck to begin with. That's actually a lot worse than I thought it was. I thought about rebuilding these axles, putting like 373 gears in them or something for my K5, but I don't know, I'll just get another set of 3/4 ton axles. Even though these are about the right year, so, but I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and buzz the sway arm bolts out. Hopefully they come out without too much frustration. I'm gonna pop the drag link, or whatever they call it. I think it's called the drag link, off over there. You know, the piece that goes to the steering knuckle. I'm gonna drop that off. Pop the shocks off, and then of course pop the brake calipers off, and I'm just gonna zip tie them up out the way. Do that on both sides, and yeah, I'll go ahead and then drop this axle. I'll put the tires back on it, and then drop the axle down. So that's what I'll do. So yeah, I'll cut you guys back on in a second when I get a little farther. All right, we're back here. Well, I got the new front end underneath it, and the lift completely installed. I don't have front shocks on it yet, and I haven't assembled my new drag link, so there's no steering in the truck right now, but I'll go ahead and get that done tomorrow. Got the old front end out here. That wheel bearing on the passenger side was extremely shot. I'm pretty sure that was what the really bad noise was that I heard. Or it could be something rubbing on the transfer case. I'm not 100% sure yet, but yeah, she's definitely taller. She looks kind of funny with these 33s. Well, they're 285, 75, 16s. But yeah, they're pretty much 33-inch tall tires. Them are going on the back, and those are going on the front. But just the way it worked out, that got backwards. These got to come off again anyways to do the rear disc brake conversion. Because I got to pull the hubs off, the drums off, pull the drum stuff off, put it all back on. What I'm going to do is pull the drive axles out of it, look at the bearings. If the bearings are bad, I'll put it back together and order bearings. I'm debating, I might just order some bearings anyways. What the hell? I probably will. I'll go over to Napa and pick me up some, probably. Have them ordered in. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get me some rear bearings. Why? Might as well. There's new bearings up front. Might as well put bearings in the rear. But yeah, she's definitely taller. It's not too horrible to get in. I'm really happy with the stance. Of course, when if I put 35s on it, it'll get a little taller yet, but I don't have the brake calipers hooked up yet either. They're just hanging. They'll be there till tomorrow. I'll end up having to go through a retighten. I'm going to get it to the point where it'll stop and steer a little bit, and I'm going to drive around the driveway a little bit and just kind of let everything kind of settle. And then I'll come back here and tighten everything up. Probably go for a little run around the block or something. Tighten everything up. Tighten everything up again. And then I'll drive her the 500 miles and tighten everything up. But first I got to do all the brakes, of course. So that's before I do anything. I'll run it around on these brakes if they got enough hose to do it for just a few little loops around the driveway. But yeah, so we'll end up doing that. I got to get bolts for my hubs. I think I said that earlier, but yeah, I got to get, because mine had Spicer lockouts on it, and my bolts are this long. So I need to get that long plus like another 1/8 of an inch to use on my front mile marker hubs, because they didn't come with no bolts, asshole. But, you know, for what I can't complain. Them are really cheap hubs, so I think Warren's come with bolts, so you know, you get what you pay for. They do come with locking tabs though for your bolts. I'm probably not going to use them. I'll just use a little blue Loctite on my hubs. We'll see how many fall out. I doubt any will, but who knows. But yeah, I'm really happy with the stance. Like I said, this is what I kind of wanted out of this truck. Nothing ridiculously tall, but tall enough to look pretty sharp, and it does. The patina, personally, I like it. So the rust holes in the box, not a big fan of those, but you know what, I can't really do nothing about it unless I buy box sides, and then that ruins the front patina part. I could put flatbed on it, but you know, why? I use my box too much, so I'm just gonna drive it and enjoy it because it's fun to drive. I don't know how much fun it'll be to drive with the upgraded suspension. It'll probably ride a little, well, probably ride a lot stiffer, but it should probably ride less bouncy. It was really bad with them other shocks here. You probably won't be able to see much. It's dark out here, but this one's still got some life left in it. This one does too a little bit. Not much though. Yeah, there we go. Pretty much junk. I'm not applying hardly any pressure to that, so yeah, that's about right. So oops. But yeah, that's it. I got a couple of good tires that on 5-volt rallies. I'll probably pop these tires off these axles when I take them to where I'm going to store them at, and I'll end up taking these tires off, putting them on my K5 for transport. But for right now, I'm going home. It's like 10 o'clock, and yeah, I'm just really ecstatic that it's underneath it. So like I said, yeah, 456 gears and 4-inch lift with 33s. That's what we got right now. And I do want to kind of get a different exhaust tip because that blows right down on my axle, and I just really don't like it. I'd actually really like to go back to the place I got my exhaust done and see what it costs just to have them make a tailpipe. Just have it go up, follow the frame back and out the back here. I might do that just to see. I need to go ahead and I still got a cap on my 14 bolt for the vent. I need to get me some 3/8 hose and extend my breather lines both on the front and the rear. But yeah, other than that, doing the brakes and the steering, and then doing the full brake system. For right now, I'd do pretty good. Go ahead and I want to just check something out here. There, got it. Gotta know these trucks just right, you know. Oh yeah, that's gonna suck. I don't remember my 74 being this tall. Well, maybe it was. I'm sure they'll settle a little bit, but yeah, that's the 5.3. Possibly gonna get replaced with a 6-liter. Not sure yet. I don't really need a 6-liter, but yeah. But yeah, I want to go, once I do the brake system, the master cylinder is going to a, what is it, like an 84 Corvette master cylinder, or like a 77 Corvette master cylinder, somewhere around in there. I'm using the factory booster for right now. I have, like I said, hydro boost. I do plan to put hydro boost on this in the future, so I'm gonna go ahead and just for right now run vacuum brakes, because this motor has good vacuum, so it does have pretty good brakes. And once I put the new brake system on, once I get the hydro boost in, I'll probably do a video on the hydro boost. I'll probably do a video on the brakes too, just going over and overview what I did. I don't know if I said how I'm doing it, but I'm running a 1/4-inch line down from the master, 1/4-inch line to the rear, 3/16 brake line on the axle, and 3/16 brake line to each front caliper. And that's what I'm going to use. Bought some of the Stop Shop's nickel copper brake lines, so I can go ahead and get them in there. Bought some cheap knockoff cloned Rough Country shock boots off Amazon. They're like half the price of Rough Country's, and they basically look the same. So I'm gonna put them on, the front 2 shocks on tomorrow. There's all the brake stuff in there. So, and here's the rest of the lift. It's got the brake drop brackets and whatnot, and all the bolts and hardware for it. Also comes with a warning sticker and a service sticker for your suspension, which is kind of cool. But I ain't probably gonna put that on there because I already know lifted vehicles do handle different. So, but yeah. So yeah, I'll probably start just tackling and getting it put back together tomorrow entirely, and just we'll put the brakes and everything, just get it rolling again. And I'm gonna take probably tomorrow afternoon off and Sunday, because tomorrow's Saturday. This video won't be up till Wednesday, but hey. Yeah. But anyways, I'll probably take Sunday off and edit this video anyways. And, but yeah. It'll be pretty much a done deal once I get all the brakes and stuff done. So, the new brake system, I'll just be able to drive it and enjoy it. I do want to go through, and I'd kind of like to redo the interior. I'd like the inside of the pickup to look new, and the outside to look I like the patina look, so if it gets scratched, I don't really feel that horrible. I also would like to put air conditioning back in the truck. That's a possibility too. I don't know 100% what system I'm gonna go with, factory or go with vintage air yet. I haven't decided. Vintage air would be everything new, and I wouldn't really have to worry about anything. I do need to get a windshield for it. I do need to tighten my headache rack. It's not really the bracket's loose, it's actually these 2 bolts that are loose. So I need to go ahead and bend it forward and tighten it. I do want to build straps that come in here and then come down and hook to these bolts, possibly 2 of these bolts, just to keep this from pushing back, because it does apply a lot of pressure to the top of that bed. So, but yeah, she's taller, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.